All right, let's go ahead and go over your personal financial literacy packet unit. Now, make sure you pause this because I obviously can talk faster than you can write. So you're going to need to make sure that you pause so that you can catch up and make sure you understand it. Obviously, you can rewind or anything that you need to do. All right, so let's start it off here. A debit card. Debit card is a small plastic card issued by a bank. The debit card can only be used for purchases with a personal identification number or PIN. So you need to make sure that you, when you sign up for a debit card, that you memorize your PIN. But when you go to the store, usually they will actually let you use it like a credit card. In order to receive a debit card, a person must have an open checking account with money in it. So a debit card, you are using your own money to pay for it. You must have the money in order to use a debit card, but it's used like a credit card. But the difference is a credit card, you have to, it's like a loan. You don't actually have the money. Give me one. All right, some advantages of a debit card. It's easy to carry and use, so it's easy to carry and use. A secret number called a PIN is needed for use, so people can't use it unless they know your PIN. If the card is lost or stolen, your bank can cancel it and issue you a new card. So those are your advantages. Your disadvantages, some banks charge fees for using a debit card. So there might be a fee. And not tracking your spending can cause you to spend more than what you have. You run the risk of being charged a fee. So if you go over the amount that you have in your bank account, they will charge you a fee for an overdraft. It's called an overdraft fee. So those are your debit cards. Credit cards. A credit card is a small plastic card issued by a bank, so very similar to a debit card. Using a credit card allows you to borrow money from the card issuer. So from the bank, wherever you get your credit card from, you're actually going to be borrowing that money. Each month, you will receive a bill from the issuer. The issuer will charge you for borrowing money. This is known as interest. So they're taking a risk that you may not pay them back. So because of that risk, they charge you an interest rate or a fee to make up for the people that do not pay off their credit cards. You must make payments on the balance you owe every month. So you're going to be paying it off every month. You must pay by the due date or you'll be charged an interest fee. So there's an interest fee if you do not pay it, or a lateness fee. There's a late fee. All right, some advantages of credit cards. Can be used to pay for things in an emergency. So you may not have the money, but if it's an emergency, you have a credit card to pay for that. Can be used for online purchases. It's easy to carry and use, just like your debit card. Some of the disadvantages: if you only pay part of your balance, you'll be charged interest on what you still owe. So if you don't pay it all off, you have to pay interest. Some cards have annual fees. Some cards have annual fees. And if payment is late, a fee will be charged. So just like your debit card, you will have fees as well. Once again, make sure that you're pausing the video or rewinding it if you need to catch up. All right, so which of the following is best to use a debit card or a credit card for these? Which of the following? So first one, money is withdrawn or taken out from a person's checking or savings account. That would be your debit card. You have to have the money in your checking or savings account to use it. Each purchase made is a loan that needs to be paid back later. That would be your credit card. Credit card is a loan. You don't actually have the money. This card allows you to buy now and pay later in a bill. That would be your credit card. You're going to be paying it later. Debit card, you pay right away. Large fees might be charged if you spend more than what is in your account. That will be your credit card. Your credit card. Large fees might be charged, but debit card as well. All right, it is easy to carry and easy to use. That would be both your debit and credit card, both. If your card is lost or stolen, you can call your issuer to have it canceled and order a replacement. That would be both. So if you lose it, you can call them and get a replacement. Jason went to the movies with his girlfriend. The money he was charged will be taken out of his checking account. So if it's your checking account, that's a debit card. When your money is taken out of your checking account, right away. Rose's car would not start, and she needed it towed to a mechanic. Since she did not have enough money to pay the towing company, she used a card that allowed her to pay for it later. Since we're paying it later, it's like a loan. That is your credit card. A pen is needed to make a purchase. Once again, that's your debit card. Credit card, you do not need a pen. You have to sign for a credit card. Interest may be charged if you do not pay out the entire balance on this card. That would be your credit card. Credit card is, you have to pay interest. Mr. Charwell took his family out to eat. He handed the waitress a card to purchase the family meal. This charge appeared on a bill a month later. Because it is being paid off later, that is a credit card. To avoid carrying cash around, Natalie uses this card that is linked to her checking account. Remember, anything linked to your checking account is your debit card. Your debit card. All right, let's move to the next topic, balancing a check register or deposit statement. So this will help you keep track of your debit card if you're using a debit card. Otherwise, you can write checks. A check register is a recording of a person's financial transactions. Check register is a recording of a person's financial transactions. A transaction is any activity that is done with money, such as a deposit, a withdrawal, or a transfer. So a transaction is any activity that is done with money, such as a deposit, a withdrawal, or transfer. So you're going to enter each transaction into your check register. These are very important, so make sure you know these. A deposit is when a person puts money into their checking or savings account. You're going to be adding when you have deposits. So anytime you put money into your checking account, that is called a deposit or your savings account. A withdrawal is when a person spends money or removes money from their bank account. This money is removed from their account. So this is when you spend your money. Okay? You're going to be subtracting that from your check register. And finally, a transfer is when a person moves money from one bank account to another. This is also going to be subtracted from your check register to the other check register that you're moving the money to, so the account to. All right, so let's take a look at a real world example here. Well, we already got these, so we don't need these. Let's take a look at the bottom ones here. So we got some things happening. Let's go and extend the page so you can see it better. There we go. All right, so on February 1st, Mr. C had a balance of $262. So that's our starting balance, what we're starting with. So we would label that February 1st for the date, our starting balance, and we will start with 262. We're not depositing or withdrawing, that's just our starting point, okay? And once again, we're going to be going through this pretty quick, so you're going to need to make sure that you pause it and try to do it on your own. So you want to try to stay ahead of me. On February 5th, Mr. C withdrew $120 from the ATM. So since he is taking money out of his account, he is going to subtract that from his balance. So we're going to write February 5th, ATM withdrawal minus 120, and 262 minus 120 is going to be equal to 142. Now you're going to want to do that on a separate sheet of paper, okay? So you're going to want to do all your subtraction and addition. You're not going to be able to use a calculator for this. All right, let's look at the next one. On February 11th, Mr. C paid his cell phone bill. So since he is spending money, that is a withdrawal from his check register. So we're going to write February 11th, cell phone bill is the type of transaction. It's a withdrawal. So we're going to do 142 minus 65 is equal to 77. Once again, you're going to need to do that on a separate sheet of paper. On February 13th, Mr. C received a direct deposit of $1,800. So that is going to be a deposit. That is like a paycheck or something like that. And so he's going to be adding money to his account. So we're going to add $1,800 to the 77. So our new balance is $1,877. That's our new balance. All right. February 16th, Mr. C went to the doctor. It cost him $250. So he's spending that money. So we're going to withdraw that. So doctor visit, February 16th. Doctor's office, negative $250 or minus 250. So we're going to do 1,877 minus 250. So we get $1,627. February 25th, Mr. C's dad gave him $800 as a gift. So that's a deposit. We're going to be adding that to our account. So we're going to do plus 800. So February 25th, gift from dad, $800. 2,427 is our new balance. So we're going to take 1,627 plus 800. So make sure you're pausing this. Make sure you're adding this on the side or somewhere else to make sure that you get the right answer. And then finally on February 26th, Mr. C transferred $350 to help his brother. So that is a withdrawal. We're going to be taking $350 out, moving it to another account. So loan to his brother, $350, and his final ending balance is going to be $2,077. $2,077. And so this is a check register. Whenever you spend money, you need to keep track of it. There's a lot of programs now online that do this for you automatically if you set it up correctly. All right, let's look at another example here. Once again, make sure you can do this before I go over it. So on March 1st, Mr. C had a balance of $697.80. So March 1st, our balance is going to be $697.80. That's our starting balance. On March 4th, Mr. C spent $184.85 at Costco. So that's a withdrawal. He's spending that money. So we're going to subtract $184.85. Once again, make sure you know how to subtract that. So you're going to do $697.8 minus $184.85. So you would get $512.95. On March 10th, Mr. C received $630. So because he's getting that for tutoring, he's going to deposit that into his account. So plus $630. So March 10th, tutoring money, $630. So we're going to do $512.95, and we're going to add $630 to that. And so our new balance is $1,142.95. On March 15th, Mr. C was paid $1,850.05 from his teaching job. So because he's getting paid that, he's going to deposit that. So we're going to be adding that. So it's going to be $1,142.95 plus $1,850.05. So our new balance is going to be $2,993. On March 15th, Mr. C transferred $200 to his savings account. Because we're transferring it, we're going to withdraw that. We're going to subtract $200 from $2,993. And so our new balance is $2,793. On March 16th, Mr. C withdrew $40 from the ATM to spend at the taco truck. So we're spending that money, so we're going to withdraw that. So ATM withdrawal, $40. So it's going to be $2,793 minus 40, which gives us a new balance of $2,753. Our next transaction, March 20th, Mr. C received $630 for working as a tutor. So he's going to deposit $630. So March 20th, we're going to add $630 to $2,753. So his new balance is $3,383. On March 20th, Mr. C paid his car loan for $320. So he is paying that money out of his account. So it's a withdrawal. So car loan, we're going to do $3,383 minus $320. So our new balance is $3,063. On March 25th, Mr. C also paid his credit card bill of $450.65. So March 25th, credit card bill, we're taking that money out of his bank account. So it's going to be minus $450.65. So $3,063 minus $450.65. That gives us a new balance of $2,612.35. On March 26th, Mr. C was paid $1,850.05 from his teaching job. So that's a deposit. He's going to be adding that money to his balance. So it's going to be $2,612.35 plus $1,850.05. So his new balance is $4,462.40. Make sure you're doing that addition and subtraction on a separate sheet of paper somewhere where you have space. You want to make sure you're getting these totals. And then finally, on March 30th, Mr. C paid his house note or mortgage $1,505.75. So we are going to take that money out of our account. So we're going to subtract that. And our new balance is $2,956.65. Make sure you rewind that and practice that. Make sure you understand all that. And we will balance this one. So so let's go ahead and check to see if you understand it. Before Mr. Castaneda went to a Black Bear concert, he had a balance of $374.30. He wrote down the transaction on his check register. He included all of his transactions through the end of June 11th. What is the remaining balance of Mr. Castaneda's checking account to use at the Black Bear concert? So we have our starting balance. We have Steak and Fries restaurant. There was a $41.70 withdrawal. He paid that, so we're going to have a new balance of $332.60. And then finally, on June 11th, he got some money from Grandma, $20. So his deposit is $20. We're going to add that. So our ending balance is $352.60. So that's how much money he'll be able to use at the concert. Let's look at another example here. Let's see if we can find the correct balance. They give you whether it's a deposit or withdrawal, so you're just going to be subtracting or adding these amounts. But make sure you recognize what you will be doing. So when you go to the store, you'll be paying that money. So your new balance is right here. When you have an electricity bill, you're going to be paying that money. So you're going to be subtracting that. So our new balance is $124.63. When you get a paycheck, you're going to be adding that money. So we're going to be adding $954.23. Movie tickets, that's a withdrawal. We're going to subtract that money. Once again, do these ahead of me. Pause the video. Make sure you're getting the right answers. Tasty Freeze, that's a withdrawal. We're subtracting that. So our new balance is going to be $1,012.86. Paying for taxes, we're going to subtract that. So our new balance is $892.34. There's an ATM withdrawal to get some gas. So he's going to be paying $35. So new balance is $857.34. Birthday gift, adding that. So our new balance is $882.34. He's got to pay for his television bill, cable TV. So subtract $56.33. And then to pay for his phone, subtract $98.45. So after all that, he still has more money than where he started. He has $727.56. All right, so we'll stop there. I'll post another video for the next two sections. Make sure you rewind and make sure you understand this. Reach out to your teacher if you need any help.